Give us spicy book recommendations. Is the fatigue setting in already? Like, girl. I'm going to Starbucks because the girl I'm supposed to meet up with, she's not here yet, so I'm just gonna grab something quick to drink. I think I want to get matcha.
Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it, dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it, enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with the vibe. Hey, Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it, dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it, enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with the vibe. It's a vibe, they a dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world, confused, how it go. Heartache, she only doing what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Got it, they coming for sure.
No, Haunting Adeline, I heard he put a pew-pew in her VD. We're looking for the spicy books. Give us spicy book recommendations. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, I'm Khadijatahir and welcome to my visual diary. Hi guys, how are you doing? Happy Thursday. I know the last time you guys saw me, I was in the city. I have a quiz today. I have to start getting ready now. 6:01. I'm leaving at 7:20. I have around a good hour or so to get ready and go. And I'm just doing skincare. I'm gonna do a little bit of brow today and some mascara, but not too much, like nothing too crazy today. I cannot see right now, so please, I'm probably gonna be squinting like this. But yes, I went out on Tuesday. I met with this girl who I had matched with on Bumble BFF. In one of my previous vlogs, I talked about how hard it is at times to make friends in your 20s, especially even when you're in college. I know some people say, oh, when you're in school, it's easy. You're surprised. High school and college are very different. High school, I feel like everyone's looking to talk to someone. In college, everyone's trying to get in and get out. So sometimes, like, you do want to talk to people, but you don't want to, like, come off annoying or, like, you know. And most of the times, if you do make friends, you guys are only friends for a semester. You're never friends for, like, a lifetime. I wanted to make more, like, personal friends that, like, even when the semester ends, I met this girl, and you guys are going to gag. You guys are going to gag. Her name's Khadija, which is not surprising. It's New York City. She's also Ghanaian. She's Hausa. Like, we literally are the same person, except she's, like, light-skinned. We met on Bubble BFF like a year ago. On and off speaking. Not like, I would say I'm the reason why I was on and off speaking. And then we ended up deciding to meet up on Tuesday to hang out, and it was so much fun. Like, so much fun. You guys saw we had birria tacos. I've had tacos. I've never had birria tacos though. Oh my god, those birria tacos were so freaking good. And then we went to some photo booth. First of all, I don't recommend, if you're like a dark-skinned girl, to go to the vintage photo booths, because those photo booths weren't made for women, obviously, with melanin. If you're of lighter skin, you're gonna pick up, because she picked up on it. Oh my, I'm not even gonna show you guys the pictures. I might just show you guys the pictures. Girl, I was washed out. The doll was washed out. I said, oh no. I hated it. I hated that picture. I had a colored one, which was better, so I took pictures with the colored one. But yeah, and then we also went to this museum. I really wasn't a big fan. The museum was okay. For me personally, if I'm going to a museum, I like to know what I'm looking at. Like, what was the artist thought behind what they created, the history, all that. In the museum that we went to, it was kind of just like all you saw was the artist's name and the year it was made. You didn't see any like information that could give you more about the artist, and I personally just didn't like that, so I didn't really enjoy it, because it just felt like I was looking at art, which I get that's why you go to museums, but I like to go to, like, when I went to the Met and I was in the like the ancient Egyptian part of it. Oh my god, you're just like, wow, like that's really interesting, like those people really built that, and this is how they built it, and this is the material that they use. Like, I'm like that. I want to know why, what's happened and all that. So that was like, okay, it was like a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10 for me personally. Overall, we had like a great time. Went to Barnes and Nobles. It was just really good, and I had fun. It was really fun. So if you're looking to get into friendships and maybe meet girls, I would say do it with caution. Don't just go on Bumble BFF, giving everyone your location. Let's be smart. Let's be smart. So I would recommend Bumble BFF. I feel like I've met some cool girls on there. Really cool girls. I'm real tired, guys. It's the morning. Usually, you know me, yapatron. But I've spent the past couple of days studying for this exam. But I'm sorry, for me, every point matters. And that's because I was in college before this. And sometimes the little points that you didn't care about end up saving your grade. So for me, every little point matters, even if it's not that serious. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's. This would save me so much time if I got like the henna brow kit. I'm gonna get one, guys, because I would do them often, but I just didn't buy one recently. So, and I was supposed to buy one. Honestly, today we're going for a more natural look in the face. So I think this might just low-key be it. I might put on some lashes, and then yeah, that would be literally the look for today. Guys, the duel is just not in the mood. I don't know. Like, today I kind of woke up on the little tough side of the bed, and is the fatigue setting in already? Like, girl. No, it's not even school. Like, I just got off my period, and you know, like when you get off your period, you in that little phase of a little sadness before you get that energy back. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's like a little, I don't even know what it is. I can't explain what it is. It's just like it'd be like that feeling. That's literally how I feel. But alhamdulillah, like, I'm alive. Point blank period, I'm alive. The duel is here to stay. I also feel like maybe this feeling is coming from the idea that at first for the new year, I felt like I was putting too much pressure on myself to do so much to attain all my goals. And that's so unrealistic. I felt like I was doing too much. Like, I was putting so much pressure on myself to attain so many goals, to do so many things. And I realized I need to take it slow. Like, girl, there are 365 days in this year. Take it slow. You're not going to be able to complete every single goal that you set in the first month. Like, what? So I decided to take it slow and just kind of lock in on certain factors of my life for the next 6 months and seeing where that takes me and where it goes. And those factors are, of course, my relationship with Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, my weight loss, my YouTube channel, and school. Those are the things I really want to lock in on for the next 6 months, and then see where things go with that. Like, you know, investing in yourself, investing time in yourself, because I believe in myself. So we're gonna see where that goes. But yes, how have you guys been? How have you been doing? I asked you guys for show recommendations. I didn't get any yet because obviously she only has like 12 subscribers. But I appreciate every single one of my 12 subscribers. I'm gonna watch this back one day and be like, wow girl, you came a long way. Because I wanna put some lashes on, but I think I'm literally just gonna do a lip combo and mascara today. But yes, I have a quiz today. It's on chapter 1 of the Foundations of Nursing on the Fundamentals book. We went over a lot of stuff about like women who are influencers in nursing, the standard scope of practice for nurses. You have to know ADPI. Assessment, diagnosis, planning, implementation, and evaluation. And then also some other stuff. Like we had to learn a lot about ethics, advocacy, caregiving management, like the different things that you are as a nurse. And we're going to be tested on that today. But I've been studying, so I'm confident in myself. But again, this is our first quiz, so you don't even know how she tests and how she does questions. Because that's another thing is like, yeah, you could have studied, but what if you didn't study, right? So, but I'm not going to think about that because I'm going to kill it today. I am. In the color no, this is Miss Muave. And I will see you guys later.
Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find an image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie. You understand me. Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer, greater is the one within and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky, and never wait upon the giver, live the river like a dealer. To take her higher, higher, fly out the valley and the fire. Take her higher, higher, fly up out the valley and the fire.
So I just took my quiz. I feel like I did really good. I feel like I got over an 80 on the quiz. It wasn't that hard. I feel like everything that we studied was on it. So now we're just waiting to see what happens. Look at my cute badge reel. I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys when I get home. Bye.
Train her feet for running. Show her every door and how the windows let the sun.
Hey babes, I am back. As you guys can tell, I am exhausted. We still have to build my dresser back there, guys. So if you seen that in the last vlog, mind your business. Like, girl, I am exhausted. As you guys can hear in my voice, I am tired. Like, the commute always gets me. It's crazy because I've done it already for a week and I'm still not used to it, but whatever. Today I took my quiz. Oh my God, and I got an 8. Alhamdulillah, like I got an 80. And I'm really proud of myself. Like, I only got 2 questions wrong. I have to study for our quiz next week, which is chapters 4 and 5. But today I did. The class overall, my teacher says we did good, but she expected us to do better. We did okay, but she expected us to do better. It's just one of those days where the door don't feel like the door. Like, I can't help it. I feel very, like, out of touch with myself. I don't know. It's very weird because I don't experience days like this often. But you know what? I feel like maybe I just need some time to pour into me. So I'm going to spend some time with my siblings. We're going to finish Physical Asia, which I'm super excited about because I've been loving that show. One of the girls that I had met, we were talking today and I got to know her a little bit better, which was really, really nice. Like, she's actually really sweet. Oh my God, I was on Instagram and I saw that Taja got engaged. I know she'll probably never see this. You never know, but congratulations, girl. But yeah, she got engaged and I was like, oh my God, there's so much love in the air. And it's because I was talking to my therapist. Yes, I'm about to put you on my business. I feel like I want to start dating again. Like, I want to get back into the field. I don't know. Like, I was like, I have been outside of the field for a while. Because I stopped actively dating when I was like 19. I stopped. Because I wanted to work on myself. I wanted to work on my confidence. I wanted to figure out where I wanted to go with my life. Because I feel like if you don't have those things, you should not be dating. I don't care. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But you need to have confidence within yourself. You need to have where you're going with yourself. Where's your career going? Where's the path that you're taking? You know what I mean? Just like figure out what you and who you are and what you want from life before trying to get in relationships. Because I am a big believer that if a woman doesn't have where she's going in life, and if she meets a man who knows where he wants or what he wants from life, he will drag you there and you get lost in his story. And I refuse to be that woman. So I needed to figure me out. But now I'm thinking about getting back into dating. I'm thinking maybe I might make it a summer thing where I date actively during the summer, here and there. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this summer I get back into the dating scene. Because I do want to get married. But I told myself I'm okay with the idea of being married later on in my 20s, like 28, 26. You know, not like 28, 27, 29, like I don't mind being married later on in my 20s. So me just dating, like me and my therapist were talking about, just for low stakes. It has low stakes. There is no desire for a return. Like obviously if you're dating, there's desire for a return, but because there are low stakes, it doesn't feel like I'm betting much on what I'm doing, in a sense, if you get what I'm trying to say. But I definitely do want to get back into the dating scene. And that really made me like, oh, like, you know, the dope would have I was like, oh my God, I would love to have me a little man saying, I don't know. Sometimes I say that and then I get the ick. I'm just like, ugh, like, girl, being alone is just so tea at times. I don't know. Guys, I'm literally just a girl in her 20s trying to figure out what she wants. I'm definitely going to give myself a break. I am not going to study today. I'm not picking up nothing. I had a quiz today. I got a lot of information. I have a lot I have to study, and I'm just not going to stress myself out with studying too much. Like, I'm not going to do that. After taking our quiz, we did chapters 4 and 5. I have to review that. I have an outline and everything that I have to review. And then we also, on top of that, we have to start prepping for chapters 6, 9, 33, and 35. It's moving quick, guys, like so quick. And this is, I will talk to you guys whenever I pick up this camera. This vlog, my little editor is going to tell me how it is. My little editor is my little sister. She has all my vlogs. And she also pushes me to vlog. She's like, did you vlog this week? So, yeah. Good morning, babes. It is 6:15. I have an hour and some change to get, like an hour and 5. I literally showered, everything. I just have to now do my skincare. Today's gonna be a no makeup day. I wanted to wear makeup today so bad, but because I wore makeup for such a long time on Tuesday, my skin broke out like hell, and I'm just not going to do it to myself. But I figured out why I was feeling the way that I was feeling yesterday. I literally was sitting there, I'm like, why was I feeling that way? Like, what's wrong with me? What am I going through? And I realized I am going through imposter syndrome. It's crazy how I passed my quiz. I got 80. But then I realized, like, everything is moving so fast. Like, we just did quiz 1. We went over chapters 4 and 5. We have to now go home, review chapters 6, 9, 33, 35. And then next week, we're taking a quiz for chapter 4 and 5. And the week after that is our first exam. Girl. And I think that created a little bit of imposter syndrome in me. Even with you doing YouTube, like, I feel like that created a lot of imposter syndrome because there's a lot of change happening in my life at once. I'm doing YouTube, I'm in nursing school, and I definitely feel like I got in a space of like, am I going to be able to do this? And that affects your mood so bad. Like, I really was in a terrible headspace. I don't like to just let emotions be there and not explore them. I'm always going to explore an emotion. Whether that's a happy emotion, a sad, especially sad and angry emotions, I'm going to explore them. Even jealousy, I explore that emotion because being jealous it's a normal human thing, but you definitely always want to figure out like where that's coming from so it doesn't turn into like malice or hatred, you know, stuff like that. But I like to explore my own emotions. And I'm sitting there, I'm asking myself, and I'm like, that's why. Like, I was in my own head. Like, I should have been so happy yesterday that I got an 80, which I was, but I was in my head of like, now I gotta do the next one. Like, I gotta be on top of my P's and Q's and da-da. Like, imposter syndrome is so real. But then I remind myself, I'm like, you're clearly here because you're meant to be here. You're meant to be in that school, in that room, doing what you're doing. So stop trying to trick yourself up because you don't want to trick yourself out of your own spot. Like, I'm still working through it, but I would rather be dealing with imposter syndrome or be dealing with feelings of lack of confidence within myself and my abilities now than to be like 2 semesters into the program, start dealing with it, you know? Because I can get it in check now. But yeah, that's literally what was going on yesterday, and I definitely want to share that with you guys because y'all remind me of my girls, my babes, my girls. And I was just like, dang, like, I was not in the headspace. I was on TikTok and I saw that the girlies are watching Desperate Housewives again. And as someone who loved Desperate Housewives, and I got up to season 5 and I stopped watching because it just, listen, it felt so repetitive. It kind of got like, I was losing the plot. So I stopped watching. I highly recommend any girl watch that show. Like, I think like, yes, it's funny. Oh my, it's very funny. It's very entertaining. It's very all the things. But it is like lessons. You're learning a lot from those shows, especially you're watching older women go through relationships, children, loss. You're learning a lot. Like, watching Susan really showed me that a lack of identity, because I'm not gonna lie, Susan lacked identity. Like, she really did. It's like she knew who she was, but she didn't. It was, you know what I mean? Watching her made you realize, like, okay, you need to work on you so that when good things come into your life, you're not quick to ruin them. Watching Lynette, the mom with like 3-4 kids, yeah, don't marry a useless man. Who wants to get you pregnant and wants you to put aside your career goals. Never put your career goals aside for a man. And on top of that, don't have more kids than you can handle. Yeah. And the biggest one, don't get a useless husband. Because that woman went through a lot. In the first episode, she was trying to herself because of the stress of having kids. And then her useless husband constantly trying to get her pregnant. Gabby is, don't just marry for money. Don't just marry for security. Yes, there are things, the lavish things that come with it and but don't marry for money. Marry a man who got money, but don't marry because the thing that you need and the sole thing you want is money. That's what I learned from her. And I also learned, don't stick with that man through blindness. I don't care. Once he get that sight back, he gonna start acting funny. I don't care. Don't stick through with that man through blindness. Because the way he was acting when he had his sight is the way he's gonna act once it comes back. Okay? I feel like with Bree, I think with her, the thing that I learned is, be yourself. Don't put on a show for others because eventually that show will end and it will be unraveled. And your kids and the people around you, not just your kids, your people around you will get tired of this show that you're also putting them in without their consent. You're making people act as if they're happy when they're not. You're making people behave a certain way. Be who you are. Yes, save face at times, but your entire life shouldn't be you saving face. And that's why when we saw her kind of unravel and start to live her life, she was much more happier. And also, but yes, I feel like Desperate Housewives is definitely an amazing show to watch because there are a lot of life lessons that you can get from it. And that's why I want to start watching Girlfriends, Golden Girls. I want to see like the girlhood behind it. There's also a show called Nana that a lot of the girls, the animated girls, are recommending to watch as well. I'm definitely going to check that out. Ooh, I have to start getting ready, so I'll see you guys at school. Bye. Hey babes, it is Saturday. The vlog actually went into Saturday, which is kind of crazy because I didn't expect it to. It is 8:18. I have been up since 6 a.m. but today I have a busy day. I have to go see my cousin, and then I also have to meet up with a friend who is having a baby soon and help her make her baby planned and all the stuff that's coming up for her. So I'm really excited to do that because I have morning and nightly du'as. I highly recommend, if you are Muslim, Christian, whatever, making a morning and nightly prayer is so good. Like, it really sets the tone for your day and how it's gonna go and how you feel. Like, I just always end my night making dua to God, and I always start my mornings with making dua. Sometimes I forget, like I'll be on the bus and I'll be doing it, but like, yeah, I have it on notes. Like, as you can tell, it's like literally on my notes app. The reason why I didn't come back to the vlog yesterday is because as soon as I got home, I went into working out. I made lunch. I had the most delicious sandwich ever. I got this garlic artisan bread from Stop and Shop, and I got deli boar's head turkey with masur. I don't know how to say the cheese, but it starts with an M. That cheese, and I put some banana peppers. Oh my god, it was so good with some buffalo, like creamy buffalo sauce. So good. Yesterday I had sociology. Yesterday was so much better than last week. If you watched last week's vlog, there were some ups and downs in that class because of the students, but alhamdulillah, this week went so well. We talked about strikes. We talked about the nursing strikes that's happening right now in New York City, and we talked about crossing the picket line. We had discussions about if you were a nurse who lived in another state, would you cross the picket line if you weren't making a lot in the state that you live in? We talked about why the nursing strike is happening. I gave my opinions, and I said it's just how nurses are treated is disgusting. Like, as someone who plans on going into the field of nursing, the horror stories are terrible. Like, you hit a bus driver in New York City, you can get up to 7 years in prison. If you attack a police officer, you can end up in jail for a long time. You punch a nurse in the face, and it's like, what could the nurse have done better so you wouldn't have punched her in the face because you're crazy? That's literally what it is, and it's disgusting, it's sad, and it's just it's understandable why the nurses are striking. And on top of that, with dealing with those type of patients, you also have overworked, understaffed nurses. So you have a nurse who was working in the PICU, NICU, or whatever, or I would say the NICU, she's working in the NICU, she's working med-surg or whatever, and she has a lot of patients and she's overwhelmed, and the patient to nurse ratio is very dangerous. Like, she can end up making a very big mistake. Not only is she putting patients at risk, she's putting herself and her license at risk. So I stand firm with the nurses who are striking in New York. I think that it is definitely something that needed to happen because it will set a precedent for not just nurses in New York, but nurses all over the United States deserve some type of representation. But when it came to crossing the picket line, I know there's been discussion about strike nurses and the nurses who are striking currently in New York City. And I said that I understand why strike nurses exist. I think that in the end of the day, patient care is the number one most important thing. We're learning that now in chapter 1, or we have learned that in chapter 1 of our textbook, is that the one thing you're always going to see in nursing school is the patient is the center of everything. Always. So even when nurses are striking, patients are the center of everything. So they need nurses to come in. But we all know that statistically there are dangers to strike nurses. A lot of them are not orientated or trained properly to know what they're doing, so they can end up causing harm to patients. Not all strike nurses, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, last night I was devastated. Y'all already know I've been watching Physical Asia. I'm a big Physical 100 fan. I'm watching last night, and spoilers, if you're not up to this last to second episodes, skip a 4. I'm gonna put the timestamp for the, when I'm done talking about Physical Asia, but skip forward. Australia went home. I don't care. Australia was my favorite team. Australia was just the personalities, the fight. Like, I just loved Team Australia so much. They went home, and I was so heartbroken. I wanted Japan to go home so bad, and they didn't go home. And it was Australia who ended up going home. I was so butthurt. Like, I don't understand. I just skipped through. I sped through the last 2 episodes to get it over with. And when Korea won, I was so happy because I love Team Korea. And usually on Fridays, I spend my day, especially my morning, I spend it cleaning and watching a khutbah or a Islamic video that I enjoy. And the channel I've been watching lately is for Qalam Institute. I've been watching Sheikh Min Kayal's The Name series. His Name series, I believe is what it's called. I'll link it down below. I'll link the video that I watched yesterday also down below. I loved yesterday's episode. I definitely felt like it was very much needed for the week that I've had. And I feel like every Jummah, every Friday, every video I watch on my Fridays is always relatable to the week I've had. And this video was just amazing. He talked about Allah's names. I believe it's called Al-Muqaddim and Al-Muqaddir. Don't shade me. But he talked about that, and he talked about how Allah is the one who can withhold something and he can give. And it was just such a beautiful lecture, because sometimes and he also talked about how you need to also learn to sit in your blessings or sit in something that you wanted. Because as humans, especially if you're ambitious like me, you move the goalposts so much for yourself. You never sit down and go, oh, I got an 80 on my quiz this week. I didn't really sit and relish in that. I was like, okay, what's next? And that's not okay. For me personally, that's not okay. Because I'm big on gratitude and sitting in your blessings. The other class, a lot of them failed that quiz. So I sit here and I say that I should be grateful that, yes, the work that I put in came out and I was successful in what I got. But sometimes I'm so quick to move on to the next thing, I don't know how to sit in my blessings. And I definitely felt like when he was talking, he was right. When you are blessed with something, the season that you're in that you feel like it's so hard, that season is meant to teach you something. That season is meant to bring you a lesson or some type of form of just, again, yes, it's supposed to bring you a lesson. And you have to sometimes go through things to experience things and understand them. So I definitely loved it. And then he talked about the story of Prophet Joseph, or Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. He talked about how when he was in the prison, because, I feel like this story is, whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jewish, it's all the same story. When he was in that prison and those two prisoners came to him. And the one thing that he said about Prophet Joseph was that he liked to, no matter what situation he was in, he was able to make it positive. He was able to find the light in the darkness. And he's in this prison, he's making dua, he's making prayer to God, and he's just, he's making do with what he has. He has to serve this time for something he did not do. And these prisoners come to him and they're like, well, we see that you're a very pious guy. We've been having these dreams. Can you tell us what these dreams mean? He tells one of them that he's going to die. He tells the other one, you're going to be serving the king his wine. He tells the guy that when you get out of prison, obviously the one who found out he was going to die, he's like, you're a liar, you're full of it, you're full of it. The one who he told about the wine, he said, when you get out of here, don't forget about me. He got out, of course he forgot about him. He forgot about for 3 years. Then the king had a dream and he tells the king, oh, I know someone who can interpret that dream for you. He runs to the prison. He tells Joseph, I left you or whatever, but what's up? So tell me what this dream means. So Joseph he wasn't angry with him, because in his mindset, he didn't believe that he didn't believe this guy delayed his exit out of the prison. He trusted that Allah left him there for a reason. He experienced those 3 years in prison for a reason. That's what he accepted for himself. And I found that to be most of us would have been like, yeah, I'm not telling you nothing. You're mad weird. I told you you left me in here. You know what I mean? Or someone would be like, what happened? What happened? But he was like, okay, yes, I got you. Because again, he understands that the only person that can take and give to him is God. No one can come in between him and his destiny except Allah. So he then told the guy the dream. He gets out of jail. He becomes I believe the financial minister for that country. Then he becomes king, which we all know, right? But the point being is, what I got from the story is nothing is delayed except Allah's will, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like God does for us what is meant for us. And sometimes you're sitting here thinking, I should have had this, I should have been here, I should have done this already. No, maybe you're not meant to get married right now because Allah said that's not what's good for you. Maybe your husband is somewhere down the street in Barbados and you're going to go there and meet him. You know what I'm saying? That's a crazy joke. But maybe that job that you want it, but there is a better job and you're going to meet someone along the way who's going to make that job, give you a way better job, higher salary. I just feel like sometimes we want things and then we think, oh, I'm never going to get it. I'm not, that's not meant for me. And then something he also mentioned that was just so tea. He was like, in this life, death chases us. He always chases us to eventually catch us, right? When the time is right, when it's time for us to go. Just like that, your risk, risk means, let me make sure I'm politically correct, because you know how these girls be. They be ready to beat you up. Risk is provision or sustenance. It's encompassing all that Allah has provided for his creation, not just money, but also health, knowledge, opportunities, family, peace, spiritual blessings. Basically, what risk is that this is what Allah has written for you. These are the things that you will experience in this life. These are the things that are meant for you. Point blank period. No one can take them from you. No one can withhold them. No one can give them to you if it's not for you. This is for you. Your risk is always chasing you in life. The amount of money you're supposed to make in this life is always chasing you in this life. The amount of air you're meant to breathe, the amount of times your heart is meant to beat is chasing you in this life. And you have to be okay with understanding that if something you are doing is meant for you, it will come to you. If it is not meant for you, it will not come to you. And that's okay. That's okay. And I definitely had to tell myself, like, what I'm doing right now, being in nursing, I've made it here. Meaning I've made it this far because Allah wrote it to be so. Me doing YouTube, I've had this urge for years to do. I'm doing it because Allah wrote it for me to do so. I have to understand that what is meant for me will happen. Whether it happens within 3 years, 4 years, a year, 2 months, it will happen. And I loved this khutbah, and I highly, highly recommend that you watch it. It was so good. Alhamdulillah. Like, it was so amazing. And this is why I just love my jummahs, because I can't make it to khutbah. I can't make it to Jummah prayer, and I can't get those khutbahs, but going on YouTube and already having a pre-picked out video, always, I'm on the bus and I'm listening to it, and it's just, you just sit there, and sometimes he's funny too. Like, he'll make you laugh. He's really funny. So it's just really good. As you guys can tell, the dresser isn't there. It's getting shipped back. It's getting shipped back. No, it has to go. Girl, I took the whole thing apart yesterday. I was so irritated. I actually cried. I was so upset. Like, I was so upset. I took that whole thing apart, and it's going back to where it came from. I don't want that thing no more. I don't know if I'm getting another dresser. I don't know what I'm going to do. All I know is that thing got to go. So it's getting shipped back. I already contacted the company. I contacted Amazon. It's going. It was just everything was off. The measurements were off. The holes to put stuff in was off. Everything about that dresser was just off. And that's why I had it for a while, because I was genuinely trying to have hope that it could be fixed. And it just couldn't. So I took the whole thing apart last night. I spent 2 hours on it. I spent an hour working on it. The second hour taking it apart. So yeah, it's going back immediately, expeditiously. Today, I'm just literally I might stop by the library. I do want to stop by the library, actually. I really, really do. I want to go print out some things. I want to print out some papers for my mom, and I also maybe want to get a little study session in. You guys are probably not going to see me anymore after this. I'm going to do some final b-roll. Like, this is probably going to be the last time you guys talk to me. So enjoy the rest of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, and I'm very grateful, and I just love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.